Hi there, and in this video, I want to talk to you about the anxiety trap. You can replace the word or the state, the emotion of anxiety with pretty much any other thing, but it becomes very prevalent that I see in a lot of my clients and students who are feeling anxious about something, that when we tap to release the anxiety, more anxiety comes up about who am I without this? How am I going to function without this? Because it's been such a prevalent part of my life for so long. So the anxiety trap means that you tap to clear it or you do work to clear it, and even more anxiety bubbles up because you're not sure who you are without it. So can you understand that that would be the same about anything, right? So for example, if you look at addictions and things you want to give up, like smoking and drinking and shopping and whatever, especially things like comfort eating or comfort smoking, comfort drinking, those 2 glasses of wine after work, sometimes that is the way they feel it's their only me time. Okay. And it's like a treat for otherwise relatively thankless, tasks that just deplete them. And so it's like a treat. Okay. But we know that the ongoing health benefits of that are few and far between, right? If we're talking about alcohol, if you had 2 glasses of wine a night, you would be going over the recommended limits and your body wouldn't feel very good, potentially. But I digress. You can see how you can replace the term anxiety and what you're thinking about with anything else that you have potentially carried, struggled with, that's been a part of your life for so long that you don't know who you are without it, right? And so here is my tip for you today. If there is something that you want to move away from, move through, process, and replace with something more supportive, more empowering, then be prepared that when you first start to use tapping or any other modality for that matter to clear the feelings that you have of anxiety in the first place, or the fact that you have it and you want to release it and move through it, let's say, just be prepared for more to come up about, but okay, what does that mean now? So the way I would do it is this. I'm going to guide you through a little tapping. This is a bit of a different video for us today. I'm going to guide you through a tapping, and I hope that this is really useful. So what I would do is something like, let's just tap along and follow me. So you might say, even though I want to release all this anxiety, I accept myself anyway. Even though I want to move through to a more empowered state on a regular basis, I accept how I feel right now. Even though this anxiety has been with me for a long time, and I'm not even sure if I can release it, I choose to honor exactly how I feel in this moment. And then we're going to weave in some language about the identity, post-anxiety identity, right? So you could say, this anxiety, I know that it's stunting my growth. I know it's stopping me doing the things I want to do. And I can't seem to shift it. And when I think about shifting it and clearing it, a whole new level of anxiety rears its head. Because now I'm anxious about who I would be without this anxiety. I don't recognize what that would feel like. So there's a good chance my brain doesn't think that it's safe. And so I acknowledge that as hard as it can be, my brain is keeping me in this state because it feels more comfortable than not knowing who I am and not knowing what's next for me. Because at least with my anxiety, I can predict what's going to happen in the next moment, predict how I will behave and react. And being able to do that brings me a level of comfort, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. So I wonder if it's possible that I could choose to relax and explore my identity, to see what would feel like a really good next step once I've moved away from this anxiety. There's no pressure to be suddenly extroverted or to suddenly be putting myself out there everywhere. I can take this at my own pace. I don't have to make it so hard on myself. And I realized that my body is addicted to the charge of all the negative emotions that come with anxiety anyway. If you remember the video we did a couple of weeks ago, right? On your nervous system stunting your growth. And so I acknowledge that the more I tap and soothe my nervous system, as I edge towards an anxiety-free life, the more comfortable I will become with the possible new me. And that feels exciting and scary at the same time. And I know that fear is just excitement without the breath. It's the same process in the body. So I choose to breathe and relax whilst I'm thinking about releasing my anxiety. I choose to breathe and release any fears about what that might mean for me. Relaxing and releasing. Relaxing and letting go of any fear. Relaxing and releasing my whole body. Whilst thinking about embracing an anxiety-free life. Relaxing and acknowledging that there's a whole new world out there for me. Relaxing and embracing all versions of me along all time and space. All right, come to a stop. Take a nice deep breath. Ooh, I think I even needed that one. We all get a little bit of anxiety here and there about, am I doing this right? You know, is this who I need to be? Am I missing something? It never stops, right? But if you do suffer with chronic anxiety, then I definitely would recommend that you start in this manner, because the more you can relax and regulate while you are thinking about becoming somebody else or a different version of you, the sooner you will regulate this, this fear, this anxiety about releasing anxiety. And I'm not laughing at it in the sense that it's funny, but it's like, oh, God bless our brain, right? It's always doing what it needs to do to keep us safe, even if that feels crappy in the moment. Okay. So I hope this was useful for you. Please do feel free to share this video wherever you've consumed it. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you again really soon. Take care.